Recently, I put a post out asking what you wanted to know, what questions you had, and what you wanted me to answer. And that's what we're doing in this video. So let's dive straight into the questions, shall we? If you could save only one of your electrically powered gadgets, example your ice maker, your deep fat fryer or anything, from a fire, which one would you save? From Beth. Oh, I don't know. Do you know what? It would probably be the ice maker. Because it would have to be the ice maker, because that thing is a game changer. As soon as a little bit of heat comes along and the spring starts just creeping in, having an ice cold drink with, ice cubes just constantly, literally on tap, is amazing. And then I give loads of people ice throughout the day when we're at events, making iced coffees, and in the morning. I know Tash loves that. I know loads of people love the iced coffees in the morning. It really is a gadget that I think everyone, if you've got 240 and you've got the power in the summer, you need an ice maker. Honestly, you will thank me later. And also, if you do want an ice maker, it's still quite early in the year at the moment. We're still in like January, February. Don't know when this is coming out. Buy it now, because as soon as we get to some warmer weather, they jack the price right up. So yeah, I've saved you some money for the drinks that you can buy to then put ice in with your new ice maker. So yeah, ice maker. Next one. I'm aware that you meet up regularly with other van life folk and see family, but do you ever get lonely in the van on your Todd most of the time? I get this question quite a lot. And I am very, very lucky that I don't. I've still got a lot of friends that are lorry drivers and shift workers and doing night work and things. And I'm quite a night owl myself. And I can always be on the phone. I've always got an AirPod in, and I'm always talking to friends and that. Like I say, I've got a community of close community of friends that that I can just jump on to a video chat with and have a call with if I'm just feeling a bit. But I am very lucky in myself that my brain never turns off and it's always buzzing with ideas and always thinking about things and this, that and the other. My to-do list, honestly, it's the length of my motorhome. It's easy. My to-do list is easy, 8 meters long. So there's always something for me to get it on with. Be it making videos, doing some online content, projects, ideas, this, that and the other. So I'm always occupied. And I am very lucky with that. I know there's a lot of people out there that do suffer with being on their own and being lonely. So I do recommend that you join some of the Facebook groups, some of the communities, and try and, interact with people, meet up with a few people maybe. Just because you are on your own, you don't have to be on your own. You can try and put yourself out there and find some people. I know it's scary. I know it's hard. The older we get... Oh, Jesus, I just said that like I'm an old person. The older we get, the harder it gets. Next question. This is an easy one. This is from Erica. Do you ever regret your choice to be a full-time van lifer? No. Did I say no? No, I meant no. I meant no. No, best decision ever made, hands down, bar none. There's only one other decision I've made in my life, which I'm really thankful that I did, and it got presented to me and changed my life. And that was going to Thailand when I was 19. And then I went to live there when I was 20 and stayed out there for about 2.5 years, 3 years, which opened up my whole world. And, I saw things that were possible and travel, and it just broadens the horizon. So that was one of the best decisions. And then van life, moving into a motorhome and doing this. I'm doing things now that I never even dreamed of doing. I've written a book. It's not a James Patterson novel, but it's a book. And I do talks now, and I'm talking to you guys right now, and it's all because I moved into a motorhome and I turned on the camera, and incredible what can happen. So no, I do not regret van life at all. Next one. Love your videos. Where is the most remote place you have stayed, not being a campsite? From Francis. The remote place I've stayed. I mean, I've been to some pretty remote villages and that in Thailand. pretty, you know, yeah, not like in the jungle, but I've been to some remote areas. But other than that, I think the most remote I've been would be, you know, somewhere in Scotland. As in, I've not got anyone around me for maybe 2 or 3, 4 miles. And that might be the most remote I've been, maybe. I mean, I'm accident prone most of the time. So for me to be real remote on my own, it's probably not the greatest of ideas, because you probably won't see me again. Or you might see my last will and testament on a video in about 5 years' time when some dog walker finds it. With a huge whale-shaped, orca-shaped carcass. And they're thinking, how did a whale get out of here? The sea's 50 miles that way. They'll be walking through my ribcage. No. See, my brain always going off on stupid tangents. Next question is from Claire. How do you financially support yourself on the road? Also, where do you stay if you can't afford campsites? Now, my name is the Urban Motorhome, and I started that because I didn't do campsites. I do wild camping predominantly 99% of the time, and I still do that to this day. I mean, now I'm full-time and I do, you know, events and this, that and the other throughout the year. I'm going to festivals, so I might stay there for 5 days and then move on in between, a couple of weeks in between, and I'll wild camp, and then I'll move to another festival. I do campsites maybe every 7 to 14 days now, maybe every 10 days, to do my laundry, to empty the tanks, to fill the tanks, to empty the cassette, have a shower, and just stop still for a day or two. They are quite expensive. I get, you know, grant that. They're not coming down in price. That's you know, a given. And how do I financially support myself? I do this, YouTube. I'm a full-time YouTuber, a speaker. I've written a book. I do sponsorship deals. This isn't an overnight thing. This has been in the making for probably 6, 7 years now. It's quite a hustle. So, but that's how I make my money, through online content. And yeah, I don't always stay on campsites, hence the name, the Urban Motorhome. And if you don't, I've got to do it. If you want to do wild camping and you want to learn how to wild camp to stay away from the cost of sites, then I have got a book. I've got to do it. Ready? Think wild camping's all about staying in laybys? Well, think again. It's about finding unique spots, whether it's a quiet street or a hidden gem in the countryside. Learn how to wild camp anywhere in How to Wild Camp in a Motorhome. Grab your copy today. I've got to pay the bills, right? I've got to pay the bills. It was a 20-second ad. Come on. And it's from my book. Right, next question. Has any place you visited tempted you to stay put permanently, either in your motorhome or to buy property? And that's from Peter. To buy property, no. Nowhere's really tempted me, thinking, oh, I could really, you know, buy here. To stay, I really quite like Belgium, to be fair. From what I've travelled of Belgium, I could spend quite a lot of time travelling Belgium and maybe stay there a little longer. I haven't gone major far afield yet. I do plan on doing a bit more and going out further in Europe and travelling. But as of yet, I just like pottering around and just finding new places all the time and then coming back to somewhere and then go, oh yeah, I remember this place. Yeah, this is good. I like seeing changes, you know. You go away, you come back. You go away, you come back. And it's quite weird with travelling, because sometimes you go away and then you come back after maybe a year and then you look at things and things around have changed. But then you look at people and the people in the community or in that area, and you think, you haven't changed. It's all still the same, but it's slightly different. There's just slightly a little bit of time's gone on. And you're like, come on. I mean, this is me, and I'm not judging people. This is just me in my head that I couldn't do it. I can't live a normal life. I don't know. That's just me. I'm not normal. Next question is from OnlyFans Guru. If you're such a guru, can you make me an OnlyFans model? I mean, that's testing your skills, right? Come on, that is testing your skills. The question is, what would make you give up this wonderful life on the road? Pretty simple, really. If I was forced to. one way or another. If I was forced to give up this life one way or another, as in I lose my license or my health, then yeah, then that would be what would make me give it up. Other than that, I don't see any end or expiration date for me right this moment for the foreseeable future. I do not want to give this up. I love this life. I love living in my motorhome. I love traveling in my motorhome. I love doing exactly what I'm doing, and I don't want to give it up. I really don't. And if I lost my license or my health took my license, it would be a very, very dark day, and it would destroy me. It would absolutely destroy me. It really would. Next one. Would you ever consider a seasonal pitch on a campsite, either summer or winter? Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that. I could do that maybe. And I don't know if I'd do it like in an area that's like, say, normal to me, like, you know, Essex, for instance. I don't think I'd do that. I would do it somewhere that I wanted to explore. So maybe, you know, if I was in, I don't know, if I was in France or somewhere, or Spain, I might, you know, I could do a seasonal pitch, as in I might do 2 or 3 months or something, and then, you know, I get to explore, get to be static, go round here, go round there. I might do something like that. Never done it before, so, you know, not opposed to it. But again, I'd probably get a bit of itchy feet and I'd want to go away. But yeah, I'm not opposed to the idea at all. It'd be quite nice to be able to have a base that would be a seasonal site, and then I could then go do other trips, maybe on a plane. So that would be quite nice. I do intend travelling quite a lot this year, and finding somewhere to put the motorhome which is close to travel links, that doesn't cost my right arm and my left leg, is really hard. So yeah, I'm still looking to try and find somewhere, but I'd quite like to do a seasonal pitch at some point. Next question is from Phil. When you had your diesel heater, did it have standard hot air, and if so, did you just rip it out? So this motorhome didn't have hot air, blown air heating. It's got the Alde system, which is basically radiators everywhere in the motorhome, and you've got like an antifreeze liquid that goes through the system and heats all the radiators. And yeah, so it's a beautiful system. It takes a little bit to heat up, but once it's hot, boy, it is shorts and t-shirt weather inside the land yacht. The Alde system is really good. It is, it uses gas, but it is amazing. I have kept the Alde system and the diesel heater, so now I've got redundancy. So if I've got a lot of gas and I'm in an area with lots of gas, I can use the gas heating. If I'm in an area where there is no gas and I need to preserve that for my fridge and for my cooking, then I'll use the diesel heater. Yeah, I like redundancy. The diesel heater is amazing from Autoterm. If you are thinking about getting a diesel heater, Autoterm did give me a discount. I think it's Urban Motorhome 5. It gives you 5% discount on all their website, on all their products. So if you are thinking about getting one, definitely use that discount code. Grab yourself a saving. I'll leave the links and everything in the description. But yeah, fantastic diesel heater. I love it. Really, really good. I love being able to text it and turn on, like when I'm away, I'm at shops or something, and I'm on my way back in 20 minutes, or I'm with the family and I'm like, right, I'm going to go home now. I literally text it 20 minutes before, it turns on, gets nice and toasty, I get home and I'm like, ooh, yeah. Next question is from Marley. Do you feel you made a lifestyle change when you went from the smaller motorhome to the land yacht in terms of park-ups, driving around urban places and going into car parks and things? I think when I got this motorhome, I think I was like, yeah, I'm living now. I've made it. This is the upgrade I need. This is me. This is me. Not to say that the other motorhome was bad or anything like that. It done me well. It served me like an absolute trooper. It was a champ. Getting this motorhome is an absolute game changer, and I love it. The land yacht is so me. I can host a lot of people in the living room. I've got a nice big bed at the back. I've got all my my cooking facilities. I've got all my gadgets. I mean, you can see there, I've got a dishwasher. I've got a dishwasher. Bachelor pad. It's brilliant. I love it. In terms of park ups, going around urban places, that hasn't stopped me. I still do urban park ups. I still do videos about how to find a place on an industrial estate, along someone's street and all this and that. Sure, I'm a lot longer. I'm an extra 2 meters long. and I've got a tag axle now, so it's a lot heavier, a lot bigger. So I have to take that into consideration. I do spend my time reversing sometimes, quite a bit, because I'll go down the street and it'll be a bit too tight, or I can't turn around down there, so I have to reverse out. But that's no bother for me. It's just the pros of what I get from with this motorhome to some of the cons or the negatives of it being a little bit big, going down a little street, down a side street, and having to reverse. This far outweighs those. It really does. So, yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it. Next question. Do you ever worry about being taken ill while you are on the road and need to be hospitalised? Not until you've mentioned it. No. I mean, if I'm taken ill, then I just have to deal with it. You know, if I'm hospitalised, then I've got plenty of friends and family that I could, call on. The van life community are amazing, absolutely amazing. So if I, said to any of them, I know if I rang any of my mates, and I said, look, I've been taken into hospital, my motorhome's here, can one of you, somehow, can you sort it? Can you sort my motorhome out? They would. I know they would. They would rally around and they would sort it. I've got my brothers that if I said, look, I'm so-and-so, I'm in XYZ, I need you guys to come out and sort this motorhome out whilst I'm, in hospital. And they would do it, and if they called me for anything, I would jump at it. It's just literally give me a location, tell me when, I'm there. That's kind of the thing. It reminds me of when Bruce done a trend on TikTok, and it was, there's a line in a movie where the guy rings another guy, he rings one of his friends, and he's like, I need your help. You can never ask me about this. We're going to hurt some people. We're going to break some laws. Are you in? And the other guy just says, hell yeah. Like, because he's a great friend, And I remember Bruce done this. He rung me and he was filming it. And he's like, mate, I really need your help. You can't ever ask me about this. We can never discuss it. We're probably going to hurt some people. And we're probably going to break some laws. And then I was just like, yeah, where do you need me? I'm putting my shoes on now. Where am I going? And he was like, oh, you've passed the test. You're just like, yeah, because if he needs help, this is what friends are. If you need help, you just help them, right? I mean, I've gone off on a tangent completely here, but it completely reminds me of that. So if I was ill or hospitalised, I would, ask my friends and family to help me and deal with it from there. That's all you can do, really, right? The next question is from Luke. How much did you sell your last motorhome for? I sold it to Pete, my friend, for £16,000. It was way under what I could have sold it for privately. He wanted it from day one, so he put his name down and said, I want first refusal. And then when it come to it, I called him up and said, Pete, do you still want the motorhome? He was in Thailand at the time, travelling. I think he was in Thailand or Vietnam or somewhere. I said, do you want the motorhome? Because the land yacht's come up. I'm going to be, moving into that. And he was like, yep, I definitely want it. It's mine, done. And I was like, okay, that's the price. Is that fair for you? Because at the time, I think I could have got probably like 24, maybe 26 for it if I sold it private. And really, because of the market, it was so high. But I wasn't going to do that. I didn't want to do that at all. Because one, that's way more than I paid for it. I paid like 18, 19 for it. So I didn't want to, price gouge someone else. I wanted to help my friend out who wanted it for so long. He was happy with that price. He was more than happy with that price because he sold his van for a nice chunk. So then he wasn't completely in all, that wasn't all his money. It's all his money, but his van paid for a lot of it. So and then it all moves on, doesn't it? That paid for a lot of this van. But yeah, so I could have sold it for a lot more, but I didn't want to go through that hassle. Pete wanted it, and Pete's loving it. He's absolutely loving it. Next question. What 3 things do you miss about living a normal life in a house? And what 3 things do you not miss living a normal life in a house? And that one's from Ryan. Do you know what? The one thing I really, really miss, I don't know if I can do 3. But the one thing I really, 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 really miss is a fish tank. I know it sounds so sad. I know it does, but I miss a fish tank. I love a fish tank. I really do. So if I did go back to a house or somewhere static, then I would have a fish tank like that. And I would have a pond. I'd have a pond straight away. Definitely. What do I not miss? Ooh, I've never owned a house. I've never rented a house. I've never had to furnish a house because I stayed at my mum's. So I don't miss the routine, you know, of the stuck in one place. I don't like that. So I don't miss that routine. I don't miss the mundane part of that. Don't know what else for that one, to be fair. Sorry, mate, but good question. I like the question.